Starting our next tactics phase, first thing we do is we move our first player over to Don. Now we've got a couple tactics cards, but I'm thinking of keeping Rat's tactics card for later. I'm going to go ahead and use Moxie's tactics card, Moment of Clarity. Moxie's going to play the Moment of Clarity. All other heroes may immediately perform an action starting with the player to your left. This is going to allow us to do actions, so that's searching or attacking. I don't believe that includes movement. Sunny is in a location where he can't do a search and he cannot target anybody he's not close enough, so we're going to skip him. But we are going to have Frank, or Twopenny, go here. He's got a range of 2 thanks to his sniper ability. So he's got a range of 2 instead of 1 on this, and he's going to roll 4 dice trying to attack that bone fetch that's 2 spaces away, rolling 4 dice. He has Henry, or the professor, with him. So let's see. He gets a reroll. But yeah, he's got 3. That'll be enough to take him out. Now, this is happening during the tactics phase, so I'm not going to respawn him. The action that Rat will take is activating his double time ability here. So when he does his move this round, he'll get 4 movement instead of 2, which is awesome. Everyone else will then draw up to 5. Here are our hands. Unfortunately, Moxie will only have her 3, but we'll deal with that. We will now start with Sunny. Sunny will use his 2 movement to move over where Moxie is, and he is within 2 spaces of these 3 enemies. Don't forget they have cover right now, but he's still going to throw a grenade at him. I'm sorry, but I also wanted to bring Henry with me, pretend that I did that. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because he's still adjacent, but I do want him in that location. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 3 cards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice, minus 1 because they're in cover, so 4 total dice. Normally our range is only 1, but with our pitching arm, it's actually 2. So we'll discard these 3 and roll 4 dice, trying to get a total of 2 successes. And we do get the reroll, which is great. So let's grab our 4. Come on. We have 1 here. Oh, man. All right. We need this to succeed, and it'll kill all of them. That's a 3. This should have been a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Takes out all 3 of them, even with their cover. And then we'll have to roll to spawn them. So we'll roll. We've got a 12 and a 1. Both of those work. And we'll roll the next one, and it's a 10. Great. Far away from us. The 1 placed another enemy over here. The 12 placed one over here. And the 10 was over here. Now it's Twopenny's turn. We're going to go ahead and move 1. And I think we're going to move 2. Yeah. Do we want to do that? We're being risky. I could try and shoot those guys, but if I do and I miss, because they're in cover right now, then they're going to come and attack me, and I need to have enough cards to take damage. So I think as much as I want to attack those guys, I'm just going to stay there, but this way it doesn't hit 2 people, it's just going to hit me. That's it. So I'm going to stay here as my 2 movement. Moving to Rat's turn, remember he has a total of 4 movement this round, but the first thing he's going to do is discard this card to search here. We know we're going to get a gear, it just depends upon what it is. We have a wax effigy. You can feel the lumpen wax figure squirm and shift in your grip as you gaze around the battlefield, becoming a crude replica of each enemy you see. Your finger itches to crush it, sending your rage into your target. You may discard this item when performing an attack to increase your attack strength by 3. Whoa. Now, if we were playing against elites or a boss, that would be amazing. Against these guys, we don't generally have a hard time defeating them. But still, cool. That's better than something bad. We now have a total of 4 movement, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and move into here with Moxie. And I think it's time to use our black iron key. Moxie's going to go ahead as an action, discard this to allow her and any other characters in her space. So we're going to have the combat specialist and her. Let's bring Henry with too. So those 3 are going to teleport to anywhere we want on the board. I decided to do location 4 up here because it is difficult terrain, so it'd take us forever to get over here. And then what we can do is do 4 and then 9 and then hopefully meet up with our other 2 heroes in spot 3. Let's move to the threat phase. We'll move 1 up on the threat track. Don't forget, nobody is ending their turn in a location with a fetch, and right now there aren't any that have 3 in one spot, but if they do have 3 monsters in one spot, they get cover 1. Let's go ahead and start activating these minions first because they're going to be the easiest. Okay, 1, 2, no, that's not diagonally connected. 1, 2, and then this one, 1, 2, 3. This one here, we'll move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. This one here, we'll move 3 spaces, and I believe he's actually going to go this way because he's going to try and go to our demolitions. Then we've got our 3 bad ones. So this one's going to move 2 here, And yes, it just does its ability, so it's not going to move in. What I'm going to play for 2 penny is he's going to play this. Within a range of 2, play before a minion activates to prevent all minions in that location from moving, but not attacking. Within a range of 2, we've got our 2 enemies here, so they will not move. Yes! Now they could still attack, but their attack range is 0, and that hasn't changed, so they'll stay at 0, they won't be able to attack. So we have 1 enemy to spawn, let's just roll to spawn in spot 11. Well, I think overall that went pretty well. I don't normally split the party, you guys, so this is making me nervous. But I think I'm going to be able to do this. I've got a nice tactics card for my combat specialist. He can attack both of these enemies, and if he defeats them, he can move into their spaces. So he hopefully can get himself over to here. And then if we need to, he can even start running over here to help them. And then all they have to do is kill those 2 minions and just search that spawn point before coming this way. And then they'll both meet up right around here and be together for the final tile. Okay, I'm feeling great, you guys. I think we're doing really well, even with our lucky coin flipped. Let's see how we do. To start that tactics phase, we will move first player over to 2 penny. And you can see we only have 1 tactics card out, the Predator. Let's go ahead and do it for our, for Rat. Roll 4 attack dice against each monster in your sector. We have 2 monsters in our sector. Inflicting damage for any brawl hits rolled and ignoring its resistance, which is amazing because that would reduce it from 2 to 0. Each time you kill one, you may move to its location. Let's go ahead and do the minion that's adjacent to us first. 1, 2, 3, yeah, dead. We only need 1 success, you guys, to take him out, and they don't respawn, and he'll move to that location. Then we'll do the one that's on the spawn point 9, which is where I want to go. I've got 1 fist, 3, yeah, done. He moved from here to here and from here to here. That means he'll be able to search this round and then even move up over here or whatnot to try and help them. I love it. The biggest miss of this game for me is that there's only 2 tactic cards per player, even with all the expansions. So you'll only ever have 2 tactics cards per player type. So I wish I could see more because those are really fun. All right, everybody else except for Rat will drop to 5. Here we have our hands all set, and I just want you to know, since you're not seeing their decks, this is the first player, the Demolition, Sunny, was the first one to actually go through his deck. So it takes a while to go through your deck, especially if you're not using a ton of attacks, which is how I'm playing this. You definitely could attack more, and that can work, but since they respawn, for this one, it just doesn't seem to make sense. So we're going to go ahead and start with 2 penny. Frank is just going to stand back here and go ahead and shoot one of those bone fetches. Now, something to note, I just want you guys to understand, because I haven't talked about it yet. If ever you're in the same location as an enemy, you can move out of that location as long as there are heroes equal to or more heroes than enemies. If Frank was in there, like this right now, there are 2 enemies to 1 hero, he would not be able to move out. That even includes if there's a specialist in there. Specialists do not count as heroes. So that's why I don't really want to move in there. Plus, if I end my turn in there and there's an enemy in there, I take 1 unblockable damage that I have to randomly discard a card. Not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and attack them, but that does mean they get the cover. We're going to use our 2 hydrostatic shocks here, so we're rolling 6 dice, minus 1 because they're in cover, so 5 dice, trying to get bullets. We need a total of 2 bullets to succeed. 5 dice, no rerolls. Let's see, 1, 2, yeah, done. So that will take out only 1, even though we did a ton of damage, because that was not a bomb damage. That was just a gun bullets damage. So we will have to roll to spawn. Oh, are you serious? He's going to spawn right in the exact same spot. That was actually the reason why I wanted to move in there, because if I had moved into that location, then they can't spawn in that location because there's a hero there blocking the spawn point. But nope, instead he's going to come right back. He just regenerated. I literally had a 1 in 12 chance for that, you guys. It's brutal. Okay, I'm going to discard this hip shot or point blank for our combat specialist so that we can go ahead and search this spot. We'll flip. We know we're getting another gear card, and we have a locked pill case. Ooh, you see the attack coming, but somehow you can't bring yourself to move. All you can do is scrabble helplessly at the tiny latch, desperate to find what you need inside. No one may intercede when you are targeted by an attack to make themselves the target, and you may not intercede on behalf of another hero to do the same. This item may not be discarded. Ugh. So yeah, that one wasn't good, but it's not terrible. I guess someone can't come in and block for us, but we can't block for these guys anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I'll go ahead then and do a move action of 2 to move into this difficult terrain location. Then we'll move to Moxie's turn. We'll discard the Knuckle Duster so we can do this search action. We're going to get another piece of gear. We have the Futark Rune. At first it appears to be nothing more than a small square stone, but when you pick it up, a crude symbol carves itself into the stone's face as you watch. The past and future blur together in your mind, making all things seem possible. At the start of the tactics phase, you may shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Oh, cool. So although she has the Doctor's Coat, she does also have the Fireteam Ruin. Just to show you guys, we only have 3 spawn points left. We've got the one that has 2 enemies on it, that's going to be rough. But the one that our combat specialist is on right now, and then the one just 2 spaces away from that, 1 step away from the exit. We got this. I feel like it, at least. Well, what do you guys think? It's Sunny's turn. He's last to go. Should we be a little risky? No. Am I going to be a little risky? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and attack these guys. I have these 2 cards. They give me a total of 3 dice for a bomb range of 2, thanks to Sunny's ability. But they are in cover, so I'm only going to roll 2 dice. But I have hit before with 2 dice. I only need 2 successes. Also, my marksman, 2 penny, is going to play this. Play before an ally performs an attack to increase their attack strength by 1. So I'm going to go back to throwing 3 dice. We get to roll 3 dice. We don't get a reroll, so it is what it is. And we totally blew them up. All right, so they're gone. Let's go ahead and re-roll for spawning. We get an 8 and an 8. Oh, guess what? We're on the spot 8 and 8. So we got to re-roll again. That's an 8, so we got to re-roll the 8. But a 3 will work. Oh, no, threes don't work because that's where our combat specialist is. We're on all these spawn points. Okay, a 2 and a 10. Those both will work. Fortunately for us, the 10 is way down here, but the 2 is quite close to us. Now, we haven't moved yet, so we're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to be even more risky. We're going to search this. That means we have to discard a card, so that means we'll only have 2 cards in our hand. Don't forget, we can search that for free because we have Patty within range 1. That's the whole reason I wanted them to have Patty. We'll go ahead and discard our Haymaker card to do this search, but now both 2 penny and Sunny only have 1 or 2 cards left in hand, so this is a bit risky. We'll flip our card, and we have our other discovery card, a portal wall. The wall here is covered in an intricate pattern of bones, all burning with the same spectral red flame as the carved skulls. As you approach, the bones stretch apart to reveal a hole in space instead of a rock wall. Place an intel token in this location and in 2 other random spawn points. If you roll a spawn point in a sector which already contains a token reroll, these locations are now considered adjacent to each other. Ooh, place an intel token on that objective. Okay, so we get to place an intel token. That's great, but this means that we're going to be our location is connected to 2 other spawn points. First, though, I'm going to be very happy that we get to flip this over, especially because we've got 2 people with only 2 cards in hand. We'll now roll to see which locations are connected to ours, and we've got 4 and 5. All things said and done, that's not terrible. This location is connected to this location, which is connected to this location. And you know, there's something that I'm realizing. I did not do a move action with Moxie. I was planning on having her be here. We haven't had the enemies go, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'm sorry I missed that. But yeah, she had a 2 movement because she searched here, and I wanted her to at least be moving this way. So that's where she should be. Whew, good. Okay, glad I got that. This will now end our hero phase. This is somewhat of a longer turn. We literally have 2 more spaces to search. That's it. Here and here. And we need to get out. Of course, Donnie is way over there, so we got to get him all the way over here. But that's okay. We'll get there. We'll move to that threat phase. We are now at 9. We'll start by activating enemies over here. 1, 2 into Donnie's location. We'll roll to see 1 additional movement. That doesn't do anything. So then that enemy will attack. And he gets 2 bombs. That's going to drop Donnie's Sunny's 2 cards. He has no cards in hand. If he takes any more damage, that's going to be a problem. We then have this enemy, 1, 2, don't you dare roll a move. Nice, I did not. 1, 2, don't you dare roll a move. I didn't. Special ability, do damage to anyone that's here. Sweet. Now we have to be worried about the combat specialist. We've got 1, 2, he rolls, and okay, that's just 1 unblockable damage. So our combat specialist will discard, we'll discard point blank. He's still got 2 cards left in his hand. Oh man. We'll have this minion go. 1, 2. Can he get in there? No, he can't. Okay, then this minion. 1, 2. And nothing. Great. Then we'll go ahead and roll for spawning. And we've got a 10 and a 7. 10 is right here. And actually the 7 is right here. Great. Well, this means Donnie is okay. Even though he has no cards in hand, he can draw up to his full hand size, and there's only 1 enemy in his location, so he can run. He can get out of there because there's only 1. If there's 2 enemies, he'd have to defeat 1 before he can move out. Our goal now is just to get to here. Everyone to try and get to here. Next round here, final round here. So hopefully 2 to 3 rounds, maybe we can win this game, as long as we don't have 2 people go down. Because remember, our lucky coin is now flipped face up. Starting that tactics phase, the first thing we'll do is move Rat to being first player. Nobody has a tactics card, so it's easy to say we'll just drop to 5. Here are our hands for this round. It looks like only Sunny will have a tactics card, so hopefully he can hold on to that and use it next time. So let's go ahead and start with Rat. We're going to go ahead and attack the enemy in our location. We're going to go ahead and play this bullseye, rolling 3 dice within a range of 1, trying to get 2 successes. Moxie, who is within range 1, will play this that says play when an ally performs an attack action, they retain that card instead of discarding it. So that way Rat will still have 5 cards in hand. 3 dice with a reroll, and boom, not even a problem. So we'll roll to respawn, and we're spawning in location 9, which we can't. Moxie's in that location. So how about 4? 4 will work. Rat is going to stay where he's at because he doesn't want to move and end his turn in an enemy's location. So then we'll move to Moxie. Moxie's going to move into here, but do you guys remember what happens? She's got that doctor's coat. When she moves into a location, we have to take 1 unblockable damage as Rat. So Rat will have to discard this card. And then we're going to have Moxie discard this card to go ahead and search this location. Let's go ahead and flip this recon card, and we have Voices from the Future. You uncover a battered radio. The case is cracked and shattered glass from the tubes rattles as you pick it up. The power cord dangles uselessly in the air, but the radio plays softly all the same. A voice calls out to you over the weird atonal music playing in the background. You never reveal what it said, but you prepare nonetheless. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Okay, not bad, not great. I believe this is legal. What I'm going to do for Sunny's turn is move 1 space here. Then I'm going to have my combat specialist, who's now within range 2, play when an ally is moving to allow them to move 1 additional space, ignoring difficult terrain. This means he can move a total of 3 spaces, 2, 3, and ignore the difficult terrain here to move into our spot. He then has a bomb attack he's going to use on this guy. We're going to use our 5 dice within range 1, but then have our leader play this card. Play when an ally performs an attack action, they retain that card instead of discarding it. So we get to keep that, do an attack of 5, and that's for bombs, and we get to keep the card in our hand. Awesome. I should mention Henry is also in our location, so we can re-roll, but we're not going to have to. 1, 2, that's all we need. Actually, that's all we get, but that is all we need. So let's roll to respawn. Location 5. 2 Penny is the final one to go. All he can do is move here. He can't move into this location because it's difficult terrain, and he only has a 1 speed. So unfortunately, that's all he's going to do this turn. Fortunately, no one ended their turn with an enemy, so we don't have to worry about that. But we are going to have to reveal the next twist card, and we have Composite Body. If there are at least 2 other monsters in a minion's location when it activates, do not roll the activation die for it. Instead, treat it as having rolled both a move and a special result. Ooh. Okay, well, it has to be 3 because it says 2 other, so a total of 3 monsters in 1 space. Let's go ahead and activate these bone fetches. We're going to start with these ones. 2 Penny is going to play this. It's within range 2. Play before a minion activates to prevent all that minions in that location from moving. So fortunately for us, they won't move, and since they're not in range, they won't attack. This guy, though, will move into his space. We'll roll to see. Okay, they get an additional movement. That doesn't do anything. Let me grab a die. Frank doesn't have anything else to mitigate this attack, so we'll just roll 3 damage. Ow. We'll discard all 3 of these. Fortunately, we still have 1 card left in our hand. We'll activate this guy next just because he can use that teleportation, 1, 2, and he can potentially get into his space. Oh, good, he didn't. Okay, then, yep, you can see him over here, 1, 2, and he gets an additional movement. He's behind us. Over here, we just have to worry about this guy, 1, 2, and we'll roll. Okay, he just gets a special ability. Awesome. 1, 2, and I just hit a bunch of people. There we go. He just gets his special ability, which does damage anybody there. Doesn't actually move additional, and nothing. Great. Well, we may be surrounded by enemies, but here's the thing. This is our only spot we need to search left, and this is the spot we need to get to. So we are super close. We're almost all back together. I got to get Frank back over here. But yeah, if I can run this way, get over to here, search this next round, then the following round, I think we should be able to get here and win. Sunny here is the only one that has a tactics card, and we are definitely going to play it. Looks like we set up some more mines on the battlefield, and they just exploded. Let's take out some of those enemies. A total of 4 of them. Seems to me where we're going is the best place to kill them, and then 1 that's in 2 Penny's spot. Look at that, nice and clear. And we don't spawn them until the end of the next round, or the end of this round. And of course, I'm getting overly excited. We need to move the leader or the first player over to Maxine. We'll have everyone draw up to 5 except for Sunny. Finally, our second character to reshuffle is Two Penny, and look at what he got. He got another tactics card. Great. So we'll start with Maxine. What do you say we have her do our final search? We're going to have Two Penny play this. Play when an ally is moving to allow them to ignore difficult terrain. This means she can move 1, 2 right into here. Let's leave Henry with people that might be attacking. We'll then discard a card to do a search action here. We'll discard this pump action to go ahead and then reveal the final card. We have Battlefield Instincts. You look at the battle unfolding around you with an experienced eye. The ebb and flow of events unfold in your mind, and you begin to plan your next moves. Hey, a good event! Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. Cool! I realized I had to shuffle for her as well, which is great, because look at this. I've got 2 of my tactics. I definitely want to put this one on top. This is every hero can do a move, right? It may move 2 spaces. Yeah. Put that on top, followed by this one right after it, just in case. And then the other 3 I don't even care about. So, yeah, we'll do it that way. Let's go ahead and have Sunny move 1, and that's all he can do for his turn. He's just going to leave his cards in hand. He doesn't need to waste it. We're going to have our combat specialist. Oh, you know what? And we'll have him bring Henry with. Yeah. Then we'll have our combat specialist use his action so he can move up to 4. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 and just stay here with Moxie. Next round he can get to the exit. And I'm totally jumping the gun because I should have Two Penny go first. He'll move into here. Technically, our combat specialist is there. And then we'll move our combat specialist. He is going to attack this guy, though. We're going to roll 4 dice at a range of 1, trying to get the bullet icon. He is in cover, so we'll roll 3 dice instead of 4. It's kind of interesting. We've hardly ever punched these guys. We've always gone with something else. Okay, two bullets, I believe, is enough. Yep, they have 1 resistance. There's nothing else that's adding to that. So then we'll just spawn. Oh, I got to actually get the die in here. Spawning at 12. And then our combat specialist will do his fast movement so he can move here to be with Moxie. We'll then move to the threat phase, move up to 11. Nobody had ended in a location with an enemy. There are no monsters that are 3 in 1 location, so we're okay. These 2 don't do anything. We'll start with this monster. He'll move here. Let's see. Oh, yes, blank. Then we'll go ahead and move up to these monsters. This one will go 1, 2. We'll roll. And okay, he gets his special ability. That just means that Two Penny has to discard a card. We'll discard this M7 grenade launcher. And then we have these 2 enemies, 1, 2, and we'll roll. Ah, he gets in there. And so then he's going to attack. Oh boy, he has 2 cards left in hand. That's his 2 cards. Both of these cards are discarded. He has no cards in hand, you guys. We could have someone go down right now. We better not roll a foot. 1, 2, don't roll a foot. Oh, yes, it's blank. He doesn't move. Okay, we've got our 4 enemies. I'm going to spawn them quick. We've spawned our minions. We've got 1 all the way up at 2. We got 1 at 9, another 1 at 12, and I now can't even remember where the last one is. Maybe that was, oh yeah, 8, I think it was. Okay, we just need to get to the exit. That's all we need to do. The only one I'm really worried about is Two Penny. He's got 2 enemies on him. I'm not sure how we're going to get him out of that spot without having to kill something first. So I've got to think about that. Wish me luck. Well, the only person that had a tactics card last time was Two Penny, and he had to discard it for damage. So I think it's pretty simple. We know that Sunny is going to become first player. Let's drop to 5. Looks like we're ready to rock. Let's go ahead and start with Sunny. What's life without living on the edge, right? We're going to start with Sunny by throwing 3 grenades into the same location that Two Penny's at. But if we can hit those enemies and not hit him too bad, then we can let him get out of that space. Let's see if we can do it. Here we go for 3 dice, and we did 3 total damage. Yeah, we can take that. Barely, but we can take that. So these 2 enemies are going to be gone. I'll show you what he's going to discard in a second. We have to respawn them. 1 in location 1, and then the other one will be in location 9. We'll go ahead and have Two Penny discard these 3 cards. He still has these 2 in his hand. Well, I felt kind of bad throwing a grenade in there, but what else can you do, right? I'm going to go ahead and move into here for our our move action. We're then going to move to Two Penny's turn. All he can do is move into this spot. Oh. And unfortunately, I think that's all we're going to do. We do not want to attack because we only have 2 cards in our hand. So we're going to end there. Then we're going to move to Rat's turn. Now, Rat has his action, remember, that he can use. So he's actually going to come back here for now because he can help protect Frank. And now I'm remembering that I have the locked pill case. So I can't do that. So, oh man, what can I do? You know what I can do, though, is I can still come into here and I can use 2 cards to attack this guy and get him hopefully without not being in range of Frank. Because right now I've got 4 enemies that can attack Frank. To save on card usage, I think I'm just going to use this bullseye. I get to roll 3 dice, just need 2 successes. We'll grab our 2 dice, just need 2 successes. Oh yeah, more than enough. That will kill him. And then he'll spawn in location 9, which doesn't get him far enough away. Bummer. I might have made a huge tactical error moving our combat specialist into this location. For Maxine or Moxie's turn, she's not going to do anything because I want us to stay close together. But now we're going to go ahead and activate minions. Oh, before that, the threat track is going to increase by 1. So I'll move that to 12. There's nothing additional. We're not in spaces with monsters, so that's good. But now we get to activate monsters. So let's start with this one. 1, 2, and then I have to roll the green die. And oh my gosh, special ability, he doesn't move in. Okay, 1, 2, he moves in, and we roll nothing, so then he's going to attack, and he's going to attack both of them. Now, normally, my combat specialist has a card that would prevent being attacked, but I think 2 Penny is actually being attacked because he's closer to the first player, and then unfortunately, he's going to get hit because he's in the same location. And normally, I could use that card as a reaction to prevent it from attacking Frank, but because of that stupid pill case, I'm fumbling with that instead of dealing with this. That's how I'm playing it. I don't know if that's right. We'll roll, oh my gosh, 3 damage to each one. That's going to knock down Frank, and 3 damage to our combat specialist. Ow. We're going to have to discard these 3 cards. Frank loses all of his cards, and the coin gets flipped. If our combat specialist dies here, we lose the game. All because of that stupid decision that I made. Oh, that happens. So here are Frank's 2 cards. We'll discard those. We'll go ahead and move to our next activation. This guy's going to move in, and he gets, okay, he's going to deal 1 unblockable damage to Rat. So Rat's going to discard his final card. He still has to deal with 2 more enemies. 2 more enemies are for sure going to move in there. We've got this guy. He's going to move in. If I roll that symbol, we lose. No, he just moved. Okay, don't hit us. Don't hit us. He didn't hit us. Great. This guy's going to move in. Okay. Oh, you know what? Well, I lost the card. It's too late. We'll roll this. Okay, he gets an additional move. Don't hit us. Don't hit us. That definitely hit us. That's 3 bombs. That means our combat specialist is down. Well, that's a big bummer, you guys. We were doing so well. I was 1 space away. Oh, man. You know, made some poor tactical decisions. It happens. And this game, the moment you do a poor tactical decision, it will hammer you, as you just saw, especially with these guys. When they can hit in range. And, you know, if I could have played those cards that would have prevented them from attacking, I had 2 of those in my hand. So we only had 2 guys attack us. Unfortunately, if the other 2 had been this, we still would have lost anyways, like I had. But yeah, that was still fun. I'm still thinking that I'm going to play the second mission. Well, even if I didn't win this one. Is that okay? I hope that's okay with you guys. I don't really want to replay it. And I'd like to show you the second mission. Let me know if you're okay with that or not. But I'm going to pretend that we did win this and let you at least hear Abe's log for after you win this so you can hear that. Here it is. After action report, Abe's log.
I guess ghost was a pretty good description for these shrieking, burning apparitions. Henry called them fetches, creatures made from human remains and given a task. That may be, but I think there's still something human left inside of them. Their screams are a mix of insanity, rage, and anguish. It's not coming from the others. When they weren't trying to set us on fire, they seemed to be harvesting the bones of the dead. It wasn't until we reached the bottom of the catacombs that we found out why. All over the cavern were burning piles of bones with a carved skull on top. At first, the fires were small, but the farther down we went, the more likely they spread, linking the bones and the catacombs together with flame. Destroying the key skulls made the fire go out. We have no idea why, but it seemed a hell of a lot safer than letting it spread. If that wasn't enough, Henry discovered something down in the tunnels that might actually have been worse. I want to say that it was a fresh corpse, but that doesn't tell the whole story. If it wasn't for the clothes, we wouldn't have even known that it used to be a person. A doctor, judging by the scraps. All of the bones were missing, seemingly torn out from the body individually by some force, right through the skin. I hope he's gone to his eternal reward and is at peace now. But if he's become the avatar of an artifact, then odds are we'll be seeing him again. Well, part of him anyway.
There you have it. That was Fireteam 0, Operation Follow the Moon, Act 1, What Lies Beneath. I don't know about you guys, but I had a blast. I can't believe I've been recording this for like 3 hours, and it doesn't even feel like it. The game is quick, it's fast. You have to be okay with not always trying to defeat enemies. That's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to search these points. You're trying to get to those objectives as fast as you can. But if you do something stupid like what I did, which is move someone in when they shouldn't have, because I totally could have let the marksman just get hammered there, have them stand up, have us attack those guys, move them out, and then potentially have won the game. But nope. I had to go in there and be stupid. That's okay. That happens. But yeah, that's what I love about this game. It really challenges you, and the moment that you make a poor tactical decision, it's going to hit you. And I like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know if you want to see Mission 2. I think I'm going to play it, but I want to know what you guys think. I do have them painted, so I'd love to show you. You'd also get to see elite enemies. Elite enemies have more than 2 health, or 1 health. The skin fetches next time will have 8 health. Yeah, so they're going to be a lot harder. And you get to do some level upping, which is really cool too. With that, I'll catch you at the next stop.